I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There, paperwork.
I'd like to add under transaction, other business. There's one liquor license. We have to discuss the fireworks.
We add an executive session to
The
this.
board orders, and I
Yeah.
didn't even read my handwriting. Certificate.
What'd you say, highway mileage certificate? I want to adopt today's agenda with the additions.
I would adopt agenda.
Second, I'll second. Seconded by Val, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Jake carried.
Okay, so the budgets I left for you today. We moved, as we discussed at our last meeting, we made a separate article on the warning for the additional $45,000 for the fire department allocation and the additional $21,000 that the rescue squad had asked for. And there's another article, I don't know if some of you may be aware, but the Boys and Girls Club of Rutland County filed a petition requesting a $3,000 appropriation for them. And that's going to be on the warning as well.
Would that be sent to Poultney or there is no Boys and Girls Club?
They've been coming to the
I
elementary school.
believe they go in the summertime, they're there.
Yeah.
The kids will go there for the day and then they can come out to rec and go back in.
Other than that, these are the same, except for those changes.
We talked about it's not missed last meeting.
We're waiting on, rescue squad supposed to come in today.
Yeah.
Just do one final, like, cause what they sent us was confusing and vague, so.
Right, really.
And they're asking for more, so they're gonna come in today. He said 5:30.
Yeah, her schedule said she could get here by 5:30.
And I know Aaron's here. If you have any last questions?
It's gonna hold the state, in the way the program, we would work it at the firehouse, does not fall under their regulations at all.
Okay.
Even if we have people being paid a stipend or however we come to the payment purposes for them legally, with them being on site and it being only 2.5 hours a week, doesn't fall under their purview of needing any licensing or otherwise, so.
No building inspections or like daycare stuff.
Nothing at all. I had said, so, because at first when I left them a message, unfortunately I missed their call, they left me a message, you know, if everybody's on the same site, no issue. Called back and I said, well, there's where the little bit of the issue is that the parents will not always be at the firehouse. If we're on drill night and it's a nice night, we may not, you know, but we'll be out in the street like we were last night. Which is still same, you're not dropping them off for 8-12 hours or something like it's 2.5 hours and you're good to go. So I'm waiting back response from a local daycare provider to see what it looks like if we end up finding out that the firehouse does not suit what we need. But this current point, I think the way we are discussing more and more, you'd have us at the $2,500 mark. We would be happy with that. With us talking inside, I think, Cheryl, I'd probably pick your brain a little bit more on the rec side, how you pay the people that do that. We have enough people of that style with the proper, you know, babysitters, course and stuff like that are interested to reduce our hourly cost. We'd be able to get maybe 30 meetings out of that $2,500. That would be big help for us because that would get it so our members could be there for approximately 60 hours of training, and we do require 50 hours of in-house training to stay active. So
The high school started a community service outreach service program.
Yeah.
And the kids have to log in and check in and That might be something to look into.
I checked in that, because I'm a part of that, and the community service thing, they're not officially starting it this year. They're trying to, a group of them are trying to weed out and do something, just because Joe said the state's coming back, I think, with something. So, it might be an option. I'm not sure if they're gonna want to get certified a babysitter. That would be my suggestion, to make sure they're a certified babysitting course, which is out there and do, but it might be something, future to look into, because they are gonna be looking for community service hours.
Yep.
And paid a little bit, so it might be something to do both. But yeah, no, I'll work with you on that.
That's what I got from the state.
Anything, did they send you anything in writing?
I can get it.
I don't know if there's like,
I have the voicemail that says it, but I can reach back out to the
Yeah.
videos and content.
yeah, try to get an email. Cause I'm sure, cause if, like you said, if it's 8 hours, then it's a daycare, if it's 2, but like, where's good for you to know where that.
Right, so I asked if you like, how does it work out for that? You said it just, with it not being a full-time, you're not hourly, you're not being there for a day, 2
Yeah.
days, 5 days a week. Doesn't
Okay, so it's a pretty lenient threshold.
Yeah.
It's not like,
should kind of entailed into like a church service or something like that. If you go to church, you drop your kids off at their care providers for the services,
okay.
it's gonna fall into that same spectrum, so.
Do you have a space right up there that you were thinking about having
So we'd probably try and host it.
office?
Depending on if we're meeting in the meeting room or whatnot, they have the meeting room, which is right next to the bathrooms, which is the preferred, of course, so there's no big distances. Or the room out back that we have weightlifting stuff in and our couches and stuff for standby stuff. So
You have the space.
we do have the space.
Does the board have any questions? I know we talked about between $2,000 and $2,500 to split the difference with him.
The budget you have in front of you reflects $2,500.
So you wouldn't have any other questions?
Anything that makes Aaron's life more comfortable.
Well, I think anything that gets, lots that people feel like, men and women feel like they can, have their kids close and take care of it and also get trained, which is a good idea.
Last year, we had one member that unfortunately moved, and then there was many nights that even his wife was doing EMT courses, and those were on Tuesday nights. So for 8 months of the year, he wasn't there on Tuesday nights, but he was at every call. So it was kind of those catch him up as best we can, because he's making calls, so we need him to know what's going on. But if he's not on Tuesday night training nights, it's hard to. No, when we're in the middle of the moment, you can't be teaching everything, but.
Well, to start, maybe it will work into something that won't cost, someone will do it and it won't cost so much money, but.
Yeah, I think as long as, now that we have kind of proof of concept, like the state says it's kosher to do it in the building and then, yeah, you try to stretch the 2,500 out the best you can. And like, if you can find free help or if there's high school systems, but this gives you like you said, you needed like proof that you can put in more work to finding things and whatnot. So, I mean, I guess that's how I feel. And as long as the state said the firehouse was good to go, then that was agreeable to me.
Anybody else have any questions or comments? Great. Thank you, all of you, for coming. Thank you, Aaron. Is the rescue squad coming? Is there anything else anyone wanted to talk about? I know Val wanted to discuss library.
Are they?
Yes.
They're not coming.
No, they're not coming. Yeah, this like,
I just thought the salary increases were a little too high. Especially for the librarian, they use the sick.
so people's thoughts on me, like put the whole stuff.
Yeah, but we would have control.
True, that's right.
We give them a set amount, yeah, and then they can put it all in one salary, or they can spread it out, or they can put it all in crafts, whatever they want to put it in. Yeah. Overall percentage, I think, was, what was it, 3?
Going up 4.7, and they're asking almost a 5% increase.
So again, we give them this set amount, and they take that amount and they disperse it wherever they feel they want to
Yeah.
disperse it, whether it's in salary or in.
I think when they came in, it didn't sound to me, maybe I missed something. It didn't sound like they had anything other than salary. Like they didn't have a big upcoming purchase with that, or like it was not going to some special event or anything. It's just, it sounded like it was just kind of salary increases. Unless I missed something.
No, it was pretty much steady.
Anybody's thoughts, comments? The thinking?
I think it should stay where it's at for another year. At the 215. I mean, to go from, it's almost a $30,000 difference in 2 years from 2024 now.
I really hope so.
I just think, unfortunately, for the mindset of the people, seems like the people in town have spoken that they'd like to, be more frugal and, bank building vote and whatnot, and for the sake of being frugal, it's just, we're not cutting any jobs or putting anybody on the street or anything. We're just keeping it where it was this last year. And I'd say like price wise, cost of living hasn't gone up in this one calendar year enough to be, it sucks, right? The cost of living, but that's how I feel. Unfortunately, I think it should just stay where it is. And it's a big leap for 2 years.
Mark, you thought?
Yeah, to leave it as they wanted.
Can I ask a question? Yeah, just a minute, that was on the floor. So to leave it what they want this year or leave it as it was last year? What's your, I don't know what you were meant by that.
What we saying, Jane?
To leave it as it was last year
Yes.
at the 215
Yeah.
rather than jump to 226.
Yeah.
That's your,
That's over. Because then they do have the freedom to do what they want with that number,
Right.
like we said. So if they, if the head librarian's like, I'm here for 70 hours a week, maybe she takes a larger percentage of the total and, but like they can hash that out.
that's theirs, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They
They can
disperse
figure
it
that
out.
out because they have their own board to.
The trustees decide where the money's go to.
Mhm. 50.
Your thoughts, Alan?
Mhm.
I agree.
I mean, I would have had the librarian come if I knew this was gonna take this direction.
So.
What's the difference between either if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards with the cost of living does increase, the cost of products go up. Difference between last year and this year. Like what we're doing with Aaron, just kind of meeting in the middle. Is it definitely. Yeah.
I know we have a pretty bare bones or.
I guess I like taking the feelings out of it because it does, yeah, it's like who am I to, but from looking it up, we are regionally well paid already. So that's why I feel like it's an area where we can just like pause, not like cut anything, but not that we don't want to have our jobs in town be like desirable and well paid regionally or whatnot. It's just like we already are from what I can tell. I don't know if you guys see anything different. It seems like we're in the kind of the upper tier of like central southern Vermont, like what we're paying library staff.
Bruce did admit, one of the trustees were here, and that was a question I asked, like how we compared to surrounding libraries. I looked at other ones and we're
well paid. Yeah, that's what it seems.
doing well.
So it just seems like a pause is not an insult, but it's just like the people in town are kind of telling us to hunker down a bit. Well, we got big costs coming up, and unfortunately, it's not like any of it's going to be like an easy decision. Like, all right, do we want to cut from the library or the fire department? Like, none of it's going to be unanimously a positive thing.
We are still paying off that bond, our bond issue with them.
And they have that bond on
Still
the
paying their bond.
petition. We're still paying on.
How many more years, Paul? To find the shit to get?
I don't have that in front of me.
It's been, that addition was built a while ago.
We,
We also have a fire truck on that we pay if you want to
Yeah.
compare
yeah.
apples to oranges.
Is it, like customary to have them in here if we're gonna not increase their budget or just? Not trying to play dumb, but like, is that part of the?
I mean, I would have had them here to, defend themselves.
I kind of thought that was why everybody came in the first time to make their pitch, but. I would think if we were reducing or cutting anything, it would be inappropriate to not have them here. But like staying where they are is not a,
I mean, if you look at the salaries, it's a 3% increase.
well, that's how they divide the money up is up to them, right?
Again, that's not our say. It might could change that and say, you're not getting that big, so we'll put the salaries or put some money in the salaries and take out from another area. I mean. What's the board? I like the 215, but if I keep it.
Like at least split the difference.
220. 20.
Less than that.
It is a 5.86 increase. 15 to 220.
It's 226. He's on this one, it's
Really?
0.7.
This is 220.
No, it's a 6.
226.
It's a 6. Yeah, it's a 6 on mine, so it's a 6 on yours.
No,
Yeah.
I have an 8 there. But have the only guy.
No,
But
it's a 6.
Forbidden copy.
Be a did like a little diddle mark.
That's not, that's an 8.
Not an 8.
So there,
228.
So
are there,
what do you think?
so some of you guys who have done this longer, are there,
8.
historically, is it customary to get a 3% minimum raise every year in the town position, or are there years where we pause? I feel like if there's a year to pause, it's now because we have obvious big costs and we're kind of scrambling.
Right.
So that's where I'm from. I'm not like, oh, I'm new on the board. Let's like cut everybody's.
I mean, it seems like the library is the one, since I've been here, the one that's been paused
An 8.
Okay.
as much as.
I only have the last couple of years, they get big increases. This was the outreach money.
Anything else from that? Anything else? Nothing.
I mean, I wouldn't, if we're just talking about salaries, I wouldn't characterize a 3% increase as a big increase. That's just me.
Well, again, that's individual. It's a total of 5%. It's $30,000 in 2 years. Is all I'm saying. Almost, $26,000 in 2 years. I don't.
The question when you get a chance.
Yeah, and I don't mean they don't work hard and don't deserve whatever. It just I didn't know if it was like if a pause on salary increases was taken as a negative historically, or if it's like, does anyone have any context on that?
Mary Sue, do you have, is this pertaining to library?
It's, well, yes, partially. I know a few of you on the board, I know Cheryl, you were on the board when the highway department, the select board felt that the highway department was being underpaid compared with the past. And I think the library was in the same situation. So if you look at the highway department increases, you're going to see those are pretty substantial in the past couple of years. But I think if you're going to look at the library in this light, are you going to be looking at all the other departments in this light too? That's my question, in all fairness.
Yeah, we are. Mine too. Like I am. I shouldn't say we.
No, good questions.
I guess for me, it seems unique right now that we're in a kind of a financial pinch, and it might feel like that to me because I only have 6 months of exposure to it, but it feels like, like, we tried to buy the bank. Everyone said, no, this building needs repair. We got a fire truck. That seems like when that comes up, we're not going to have enough. And it just seems like, I'm sure every town, when you get in the nitty gritty,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure every town is like this. Nobody has just, just cash flowing out of the town hall, but it seems like uniquely we're in a spot where it's like people are saying, no, like we don't want to spend money,
We
like,
have a lot of programs, a lot of areas that have not gotten raises either. I mean, there's a few programs that have not gone up. I know there's a couple over 30 years that haven't really gone up, so there are areas, so I think we have to think about it.
like it's about, to me, it's about trying to find a way to like temporarily just be like, okay, we have a bunch of costs coming up without cutting people or like making their lives, I don't want to cut any positions or anything, but it's like, I see it as pausing some of the stuff that's not like a far-fetched idea when we have big things coming up that we can't afford.
So, Maura, what are you thinking? If we want to leave it at 215, do we want to split the difference and leave it as what it is?
Should we have them come in here?
We're just running out of time, I guess.
I want to at least split the difference just for the cost of living and cost of everything going up. Both. But either way.
Okay. I don't want to split the difference, which means what? What are you looking at the?
Math.
220.
220, maybe 221.
So 226, 229.
229.57.
We're at 229, or we're at 221.
221.
221.
All right, so
So
make a motion to set the library subsidy at $221,000.
anybody else, any discussion?
And I think it's nickel and diamond, like it's something. So yeah, I mean,
It's $5,000.
yeah.
Second Mark's motion.
Okay, sounds like all in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Any opposed? Motion carried 221, 226.
good.
Yeah, I guess with the library, Mary Sue, it's just from researching, and some of the sites are hard to get hard numbers from. I will say that, but from researching, that was almost the only department that we were regionally upper echelon and not like average. So it's like, it's not like I'm picking on the library. It's like if Paul was making way more than Fairhaven and Castleton, I'd be like, then we need to not get Paul, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's more like it on paper, our librarians were more than the average, but it was also admittedly hard to get a real average because all these sites had different things.
Right. And also what you need to look at is what the library is providing to the community
Oh, no doubt.
with all the services compared to.
No doubt, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why they're getting 220.
Library's important.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
As is, yeah,
Yeah.
rescue squad, fire department, like everybody is,
Mhm.
we're all part of it. But yeah, I think, yeah, like if, that's all I'll say. Like if our rescue squad was making way more than surrounding towns, I'd say the same thing about them and be like, then we need to pause that. That was all. It seemed like our library was
Mhm.
well paid enough to take the pause.
Okay, so that's done. Anybody have any other questions? And then we have the rescue squad coming in. Any other questions or concerns on? Like there's any other
We're waiting on them.
big?
Capital improvement fund.
Yes, we did. I think we ended that, we said yes, and we said it brought up like 200,000, and we said maybe it should be less than that. That's kind of where we ended it at. You weren't here last meeting. That's important because Paul didn't put that in because we didn't make that decision when you were here. But do you want to talk about it?
Yes.
Bring it up?
We all know that it has to be done. And whether you do 200,000, 50,000, or 100,000, it will highlight and sort of act as a wake up for the town things are slowly deteriorating. We need to have some money to keep up with some of the whole structures.
Mhm.
I mean, the board knows that we just got a capital, improvement grant.
Yeah.
It's gonna steer where you need capital improvements. I think,
Right.
from my perspective, I think you wait until next year because then you could have an answer. Well, what are you gonna do with this money? And then you could point to a piece of paper and say, this is where, you know, our consultants think we need to make repairs.
Right.
Because what, if you do it this year and someone says, what are you gonna do with this money? What are you gonna say? We're not really sure.
I think people would get down with like, because I think if we start a little lower just to like, because I think we all know we need it. And people in town, I think will be agreeable, like we need it, whether it's a bond vote or we slowly do this. But I think if we just say, I'm just saying, like, say we need $50,000 to begin this account and we have consultants planned this year to help us steer this money, I think most people would be like, that checks out.
We do have some estimates for the maintenance buildings, which was $7 million. We have estimate to replace the town hall, which is quite a bit.
Yeah.
We do have capital needs.
No, I think, yeah.
I'm not saying we don't have capital needs. I'm
Right.
just saying that an educated,
Right. The education part.
It's not, and no, that's not like a slush fund. It's just something that's gonna go into it for a capital project.
So it'd be designated
Right.
for capital improvement.
Maybe it'd probably be something else we want on the ballot. Maybe it is better to have it more specified, and so
Yeah.
it doesn't get voted down. So what's that gonna say to us next year when to do the study or whatever?
Right.
There's already a no.
We have no money, it's already.
That's another year behind.
50 years behind.
It's
It's another.
Some thoughts?
I say that we put a letter or a note, a line item in the budget to put $100,000 into a capital improvement fund, designated capital improvement fund.
On the ballot,
On the ballot.
on the ballot in March. Yeah, I just think
it's a
people-
really Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think people don't want to do it as much as we need to do it. Like
right.
I think like Paul said, after the consultants go through, we have more of a leg to stand on. But it doesn't change the fact that we need it. You know, like I said yesterday, we need to
This roof will
start.
start leaking in about 3 weeks. Maybe if the rain was coming down on your head.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
I just don't want to know about. I
know.
think it's a good idea.
That's the hang up. Because if we just say $100,000 capital improvement funds and,
Yeah.
and people say, hey, you're not listening. We don't want to improve our building. But, then we're in a weird spot for the next year. We're like, us again. And we need 200.
Motion on the table, no one's a second it?
The motion is to make it a ballot item.
Question?
Yeah.
Or statement, I'm not sure.
Go ahead, Ange.
So what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing is you're putting yourselves in the same place that put the fire department 10 years ago. Our chief came up with a plan by direction of the select board, figure out how you're gonna buy your next truck. He did that. The plan was not funded, so it failed. Now you want to put $200,000 in the capital improvement fund. How many years is it going to take to get a town garage, $1 million fire truck, that'll be $1.8 million by then, and a town building? It won't work. So what I think is, as Paul said, table it this year, put all our ducks in a row, and approach the people of Poultney and say, This is the capital plan. This is what we need. We're assessing your homes for taxes. We are looking at a town building. We are looking at a road department garage. We're looking at 2 new dump trucks and a fire truck. This is what it's gonna cost. This is how we propose that we get there. And if we have to float a bond and assess people, that's what we have to do. But right now, Poultney's going backwards. We are not making any ground. And I apologize if I seem disrespectful. It's just, I'm a little passionate about Poultney. So that's what I see.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. We have always tried to keep the taxes down.
Yep.
We've been very fortunate with our budget votes over the years, and we've always tried to keep it. I mean, we don't have any control of the school taxes, but we've tried. And that's why it has been with our fire department, our rescue squad, trying to keep those afloat. Trying to keep our workers here. There's a whole lot that we've been trying to do, but it's not helping improve this building, and other buildings.
I think the pushback we got in the bank vote was very like, why don't we take care of what we already own before it gets to the point where it's shit. Excuse my language. And I think that's what something like this would help, is like, you know, because everyone was like, how'd you let this building get to this condition? Why would we do $1 million for that building if in 20 years of like, if we had some sort of designated fund to fix a leaky basement and roof leak and whatever, then
To use your own words though,
Let's talk something.
the squad came in with 151 with no resolve. No status update.
Yeah.
We're failing.
yeah, where's it going?
This building is failing. That's what the select board told the public.
Yeah.
This building is shot. It's too costly to make repairs. So how are you gonna go back and say, well, this is not gonna right the ship, but we'll float for another couple of years? You know, it's a lot of money. I don't know. I'm just.
No, yeah, that's what the consultants are supposed to tell us.
Right.
I mean,
This year.
part of the bond vote was not necessarily that this building is failing, because you can always fix the roof. We've outgrown this space.
Right, space.
And when the clerk needs a new vault in another less than a year to a year, then the voters will really see what it's gonna cost to put a new vault in this building and make improvements to this building.
Mhm.
And I laid it right out there. It's gonna cost more money to try to put a vault in this building than to start somewhere else. And it got summarily rejected. So, when the next challenge comes, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, this is the.
But you have to start counting your pennies, the storm.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Mark. Like,
Uh,
because I do think a lot. It's a rock and a hard place, because people are like, "What are you doing? You know, how did the buildings get this bad? What are we? You know, but like you said, it's not. It's more. It was more. The building's repairable. It's like, but does it make sense for us to repair this for hundreds of thousands of dollars?
It's the size of this building that's the worst part.
Is the project value worth $300,000 of repairs to this building or whatever? That's the.
We can't go backwards because it's been a long time since the building we haven't raised taxes to fix up a lot of these things.
Yeah.
We haven't done that for the highway. I mean, we've been trying to keep taxes down and we haven't put that into, a fund. So we can't go backwards. We have what we have and there's a lot of need here, whether it's for a fire truck, a highway garage, a new place, there's a lot of need. So we have to figure out as best we can to keep the taxes as low as possible, but also put money in so that we can start putting money into. That's what we did think the bond vote was going to be a one solution to help out. So, So where are we at with that?
My proposal is just to get the fund, just a little change into it to kind of help wake up the taxpayer. I'm not looking forward to paying more.
You have a motion to
I have
put
a
a,
motion, yes.
Why not just
Capital
start with like
improvement for
50,000, so it's like more digestible? Since we don't have I know it's when push comes to shove, we're gonna need 500,000 to put a vault in. Or I get it, but I'm just saying, like, to begin the fund,
All right. if.
I think people would see that number and be like, that's easier to chew.
I would amend my proposal. Say, we should start with 75,000.
It's what?
$75,000.
Capital improvement.
Capital
grant.
improvement fund.
For dedicated.
Line item dedicated for the building.
Alan, what do you think?
I was all for it till we all reminded us that we had the people coming in to do that. I just don't want that to build on top of a negative vote for it this year.
Val? Jay?
It takes three of us to.
Yeah, I mean, I would lean towards, I think needing money is inevitable,
Right.
but I do agree how a no vote would be a setback and just another blow to situation. But I would leave it up to the voters, and I would agree with Mark to let the people decide in March if they want to start that fund.
Use your powers.
What do you think, Paul?
I've stated what I think.
Paul doesn't vote.
Yeah, I know, but you think that we should wait and have it.
Which I agree.
I mean, I think if you get them to say yes to 75, and next year you're like, you know what, we said 75, actually it should be like 250, 300.
Well, that's inevitable.
My original thought a month ago was 400,000. My original vote.
Did you see the bank?
My thought is that we do have a lot of the capital improvement grants, and we do have that on the three buildings, and I do feel comfortable next year after we get through these buildings and we know our needs are, putting some down. These are gonna be our needs for all three buildings, whether it's a new town building or town garage. These are gonna be our needs. This is where we need to put the money in, whether we go back to a bond or not. So I would say that we should wait till next year. It's fine.
Maybe from the audience.
Yeah. What else?
50,000.
The rest of you. Hey, Mark.
Is there anything else that we
I
have?
think 50 was a magic number. You had to go 70.
I mean, while we're waiting for the rest of the squad, there's a liquor license for the hop station. If someone wants to vote to approve that or not approve it.
Well, that's for the hub right here.
Yep, the hop station.
Does he need a different license for outside? Do you know, or
Yeah, it seems like he has a patio
I
plan.
didn't know if there's a different license to have that?
Yeah, there is a different license and that's not part of this
Okay,
application. This is just his second class license and tobacco and substitute tobacco application.
have a motion?
I would say.
Ellen made the motion.
I think Alan already did.
Who
Seconded?
Second.
Mark.
Mark, all in favor?
And I did talk to Lee this morning.
Anybody opposed?
And he says March. He's gonna open up in March.
Gonna open in March.
So if you want to sign this, Cheryl. Okay.
I think,
Just at the bottom, Paul?
Yeah, where it says approved.
Every important is talking. Fine, months come.
I think she's just not leaving. We have the highway mileage certificate to just say that we haven't changed any of the mileage in town this past year. We want to make a motion.
I would make a motion to sign the highway mileage.
Certificate, is there a second?
where's that?
Do I have a second for that?
I'll second.
Seconded by Val, all in favor? Any opposed?
Just sign down here somewhere.
Motion carried.
Same.
Maybe that's Debbie from the rescue squad.
Right. Yeah.
On Zoom.
I've seen the name come up twice, so.
I think it is, yeah.
Right.
Hi, Deb.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Skip to her before we do Joy.
Sure.
Thanks for meeting us, being here, then. Any
No
couple
pro-
of questions?
no problem.
Do you have this?
Sorry I couldn't be there in person. It was gonna be almost 6 o'clock before I got there from work.
So our conversation was about leaving the rescue squad at the same cost as we did last year. Am I correct?
Mhm.
No increase?
So I do have another full-time person coming back within the next month. He's been on personal leave for a couple years now. Unfortunately due to circumstances that he could not control. But he will be coming back within the next month, which would give us the other 4 days that we don't have a guaranteed crew. So that would alleviate a lot of the calls that are dropped during the day. Which, as you guys, I know everyone got. I hope everyone got the email I sent out to everybody with the breakdown that I gave you and the appeal. So that would alleviate quite a few of the calls. I didn't do a day-night breakdown. We don't have a lot of calls during the overnight and as many as we did, unfortunately, unfortunately, a lot of the calls that we were getting at night, those patients have passed. It was them getting up out of bed and falling and whatnot. But so we've unfortunately lost a lot of those calls. So with that person coming back, I think we're also going to see a drop in our missed calls that we haven't been able to respond to because we're taxing the 4 people that we do have as much as we do. They're doing quite a lot of work. So with that being said, we're also going to put on another 80 hours in a pay period, 160 hours per month pay that we haven't sustained up to now. We also have the increase in insurances that are coming up again. And then general maintenance. So I think as our profit loss has shown on that I gave you, our insurance, even though we're billing it, our insurance doesn't cover much. What the insurance pays barely covers the payroll that we put out to cover taking care of people. So we really depend on what the towns can help us with. And it's not just Poultney, it's Middletown and the little bit that Timoth does help us with. It's the same per capita that everybody else is paying for the 20 or 25 homes that we cover in Timoth under the Middletown zip code. So we really do, and the donations that we get, as you can see, we do get some good donations and our annual subscriptions. So with that, I hope the board sees that it is for us to stay in town and to stay viable. It is a plea that we do have, that we need the help to maintain what the town has requested and does want from us to stay in town.
So are you increasing revenues from other places to cover the new full-time position? I don't see, if you're struggling last year.
Well,
And then
right.
asking the same amount this year.
The thing is that we didn't have the body to be able to answer the calls that we were dropping to be able to to be able to pay that person. So if we didn't have the 250, if we dropped 255 calls at, let's say, $1,000 per call, granted, we don't get paid $1,000 a call. We get paid maybe $500 a call. Um, it would balance some of some of it, but it wouldn't totally pay for the patient. And we do get, like I said, we do get donations. And the thrift shop is huge in helping us be able to maintain the rigs and put some of the new equipment on the rigs that we need to, and maintain it and upgrade it.
Board have questions?
I can also send you guys
Just a minute, Patty.
the the breakdown from the billing agency. I don't have it right here, but I can email it to all you guys to show you what we actually get paid out from a call, a basic
So,
call.
So,
I'm sorry, what?
no, that's all right. So calls in Middletown Springs, so out of 31 calls, does that mean you answered 31 calls or you got 31 calls?
Nope, that's what we responded to in Middletown.
So they could have called like 60 times and you responded 31 times? Is that,
Correct. We went to 31 calls in Middletown. I didn't break down of the dropped calls. I did not break down whose calls were dropped, who the dropped calls were. I could go back and redo that for you if you'd like me to.
no, I'm just, in Poultney, you answered to 269 calls.
Correct.
Is that up from last year?
I would have to look at it, to be honest with you.
Okay. I think that's in there. Pat, do you have a question?
Just a question, after hearing some disgruntled people about Fairhaven and Granville being here, is the rescue squad in debt?
The question was, is the rescue squad in debt?
Are we in debt? No.
Could I get a copy of the financials?
I sent the profit loss to you guys.
Okay.
Not to Patty, yeah, to the board.
I'm a town resident. I wouldn't have access to that.
Yeah.
Okay. Patty, who is asking me for it?
Davenport.
Oh, Patty, I believe I have your email. If I don't, I can get it to you.
Okay, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. The only financed obligation that we have currently is our 5-1 rig, which has 28 payments on it. And the only other thing that we have to finance every year, because it's it's the only option that the insurance company gives us, is our liability insurance. But that's just the way the liability insurance handles it. And that's a year-to-year thing. And right now our liability insurance is at $20,000 a year. But other than that, we have nothing financed.
For me, this was the most difficult department to try to figure out, like, the bottom lines on things. Because it's like, here's what we get from Poultney and Middletown and this and insurance calls. Like, I think it'd be helpful for me to be like, what are you guys taking home? You know, like I don't see anywhere where it's like, here's what I got paid and here's what, like, it's hard to tell if you need money or where you're struggling for me, because I'm reading the chart and I'm like, I can see the number calls and all that, but I can't see like where is the money like going and where's the shortcomings? It's hard for me to tell. Just like I guess all the other ones is like, here's the librarian gets 55,000 or assistant. You know what I mean? Like all the rest of them are very simple for me to understand. And this one, no matter how many times I look at it, I'm like, I don't know where they get money or who gets paid what and when and where the $20,000 extra this year is going to fill gaps for you. Like where they're, it's hard for me to see that, I guess. So it's like, that's why
Is it that you don't understand the QuickBooks profit loss statement?
no, just like what, like, so
Now, mind you, I have not given my providers a raise in 2.5 years. So they're working at the same pay that they were working at 2.5 years ago. So they're still staying for the same pay that they were. And I've lost providers because of that. They've gone to the other agencies that they can get a better pay at.
Debbie, you told us 2 years ago that you were gonna raise them.
And I did. I brought them all up to the same pay that Regional was making them.
Right.
And in the meantime, Regional has been able to raise his pay more because he's able to take transports to other hospitals. He's able to keep more providers because they're busier, and he's able to make better pay. He can pay them insurance. He's a bigger agency than I am.
Mark's just saying that we took money out of our ARPA funds to raise it so that you could entice more people to volunteers to work or get people to work at the rescue squad. That's where he's coming.
Right. And I've hired 6 people, and all 6 people have chosen to go out to other agencies because they're either busier or they had benefits or they chose other careers.
So right now you have 4 full-time or 5?
I have 2 full-time, 1 part-time, and 2 full-time, 2 part-time. The other ones work when they can because they're full-time at Regional or elsewhere, or have full-time jobs in another career.
Or any questions, thoughts?
I guess, yeah, I don't know. My question is, maybe it's just I'm having a hard time like understanding the numbers. Like, so are you, yeah, it's hard to tell when there's so much coming and going, but I know that's the nature of your job from the sounds of it. I think it'd be easier for me to see like, hey, my 3 full-time people are getting 35,000 a year, and it's not like it'd help me if it's like that's where your shortcomings are. But if like, like I said, I'm in the mindset of like pausing pay increases because that's what it seems like people want us to do. So that's all I'm pushing back on is like, I know everybody wants and could use more money. I'm just trying to wrap my head around like, where is this going?
Okay, my people make between $18 and $22 an hour right now.
And at the end of the year, you have found that that's your current budget's not like, is there a surplus at the end ever? I know you're not in debt, but like, where do you have a good take home? Like, where?
I don't have any take home.
Okay.
I volunteer my time. I don't have any take home.
Okay. So
2 years ago, they weren't making 18.
When I took over, they were making $15 an hour in 23.
Yeah. So they got to raise up to 18. And you find that the current budget is just enough to pay them 18. Is that?
Then that's my part-time person. That's not even a full-time job.
Yeah. No, and this is helpful. I really am not, admittedly, as much as I can read the document, I'm ignorant to
Mm-hmm.
whole process to some extent. So I'm curious, and you're helping me paint a bit better picture.
So are we looking for a motion here?
Was, I see 130 on here. That wasn't their ask this year though, right?
The ask was 151.
151, so we said to stay at 130, so we split.
At our last meeting, this board instructed me to put an article in the warning, the same that they did with the fire department. You want to give them X amount more in addition to what is already included in the general fund budget.
So 130 is included in the general fund.
Mm.
They want more, we're gonna put that as a line.
That's what I've been instructed to do.
Right.
Or we could make a motion to go just different, like we do have the.
Yeah.
Right, like those are the options still.
We could raise it or lower. What's the flavor of the board?
Or you could let it go to the voters, just like you're letting the fire truck increase go to the voters.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Cause I think, yeah. Let the people.
Motion,
Put it-
keep it at,
put it to the board.
What's that? Yeah, I'd make a motion to put the, increase to the rescue squad's budget as a line item in the March ballot.
it'll
And
stay 130.
to either stay at 130 or increase to 151 and just make it a ballot item.
A second,
Second that.
Mark seconds that. All in favor? Any opposed? So Deb, did you hear that?
Could you clarify it for me?
Yeah, the budget will stay at 130 and the additional that's asked for will be a line item on for the voters to vote on.
Okay,
Do you have any questions?
I do not.
Would you be able to come to the informational meeting again to plead your case?
I will.
It might be a good idea, to be there, yes.
Okay, I will be there.
The third, who's that? No. Is it Monday? I forgot.
Second, Monday,
Second,
March
Monday's
2nd.
the voting, so third, yeah. Great. All right, any other questions?
All right, I appreciate your time, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
And Pat, I will get that to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night, guys.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, next we have,
I had a note that we should maybe put a cap on our copays. Like just to, cause I think there's, you don't wanna, in my opinion, I don't think anybody in town is overpaid or you know, like, so I don't wanna like make any of our jobs less desirable or less benefits, but like, it seems like if we cap the copay, nobody's going over, look, at least from the information I have, nobody's like, but if you have an unlimited, uncapped copay, that can turn into, God forbid, that can turn into $200,000 unbudgeted thing. And again, I'm not saying if somebody in our employment has that hard of a time health wise, I don't want to like add a burden to them. It's more just like most years it's under the 7,000 that we seem to budget. And it's like, if we just cap it at 7,000, that'll give us like in my opinion, just begin the conversation. Cause we all know like most employers don't do your copay, but I don't want to like immediately take the whole thing away if it's been like a good service and it makes people want to work. Like there's not a ton of benefits to some of our jobs. And if one of them's the sweet health insurance, I don't want to kill that.
that's been a driving force. We have not been able to fill certain positions.
100%.
Yeah, and that's been the only way that's kept some people here because we couldn't pay them.
Yeah. I mean, like
Tried to
the
increase them a
buildings
little
of this. So it's like, I don't want to make the jobs any less desirable than they are. And like, for sure, I'm self-employed. So health insurance is a killer. Like I would like, if I'm ever giving up on what I'm doing, it's going to be because health insurance.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't want to, I just think like if we cap it, and it doesn't have to be $7,000, but like if we having an unlimited budget item is
Not here.
just an area that like I think we can begin to like rein in at least without like causing anybody.
Now, Jay, where is the 7,000?
We were talking about it last meeting that
I mean, this topic comes up pretty much every year.
does it.
And every year I say the time to talk about this is throughout the year,
Right,
Not-
that number.
no, at the very end.
not at the very end when, you know, the clerk has to post this warning by Sunday.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So, you know, it's a conversation worth having. And I think last year when it came up in the very first meeting or one of the first meetings, I think I said, remember, you guys want to talk about
Mhm.
the health insurance stuff, and here we are again.
Yeah.
I agree. It's our
And I think
fault.
it deserves a little bit more, looking at what the numbers are throughout the years, which usually Nisha and I do look at the numbers.
But here's a health reimbursement.
You guys.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously I joined late in the year and missed that memo and I'm not trying to like come in here and, like I said, I applaud, like I've looked at the numbers. I don't think anybody is paid too much or for what they do, you know what I mean? So it's like, I am like, I'm good. Like it makes sense to me what people are getting, and the health insurance is a sweet, like reason to work for the town. And so, but I just think, yeah, it's obviously too late for me to talk about it in the summer because I wasn't here in the summer. That's what I think. It doesn't, you know, I'm only one person. I think we should cap it at $7,000 and just to have still offer the copay, which is way more than. I'd have to look into it, but I don't know many employers that do unlimited full copay and
Now,
pre.
you're talking about $7,000. I don't see.
Well, I just think right now, Mark, everybody's uncapped.
Right,
There's
yeah,
budgeted like what we think people might have for copay,
right.
but there is no cap. You know, this person could have $30, the other person could
Right,
have
yeah.
170
Right,
grand
yeah, yeah.
in worst case scenario, and there's no rhyme or reason. So I'm saying if we could do this, it would add structure without affecting anybody's life. God forbid they get a brain tumor. You know, I don't mean to make light of that. I'm just saying like Paul wouldn't notice a cap on his $7,000 copay most likely in a normal year.
But it'd be
With
the worst
normal.
time in his life when he would.
That one time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not a.
Right,
I know I'm too close to it because I have the same benefit for the village, but
right.
it's a horrible idea in my opinion. That's the only reason I'm able to keep employees. I've still had some leave.
Full copay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like nobody else does that. So I'm not trying to be insulting.
I think to some extent, we've always talked about, we need to bring, just a minute, I know I'll get to you, Mary, so I see it. I think it's something we've talked about, even this year, we said that we'll have to bring it up. This is not really the time to do it now because
Okay.
we're in part of it. But I do agree, we've always talked about checking insurance, sitting down and looking at our numbers and see if there's a way we can do that.
Yeah.
And I think that's an avenue that we can think about, but I know even when I first started, that was a way that we kept some people, and I was the same way, because I'm like, my God, 100% health insurance. But when you look at some of the costs and what they get, it is nice
Exactly.
benefit. what
That's
we have.
yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
like dying on that hill. Like you know, my wife worked at a school system, and that was the reason we stayed as long as we did. It was health insurance, but she didn't get full copay. Like when I saw that we have unlimited,
I'm
it
sure she had a
was,
bigger salary than some of our.
no, this was pre-COVID. It was pretty modest.
Oh.
But anyway,
All right,
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I guess that's the only area where I was like, we could possibly put some sort of. But yeah, again, it's a terrible thing to be like when you need more copays because something terrible happened.
But in the employee benefits, this is health reimbursement account.
Yeah, it's just unlimited.
Well, this doesn't say that. This says it's 32,000.
Yeah.
Well, that's the budget,
It's-
like what
it's an
we
estimate.
spent.
Everything's an estimate, yeah.
It's an
it depends if
estimate.
there's- Yeah.
Like any other budget
And
item.
insurance, yeah.
Anyway,
Mary Sue,
I tend to agree with Jay because I've worked in private industry my whole life, but I was working in payroll and benefits, and you know, having the company paid copay and co-insurance was unheard of for the most part. But to go back to Paul's comment about having such short notice, now the town's fiscal year runs July 1. through June 30th. So the budget's presented to the voters in March, and if approved, the employees will be aware of any changes more than 3 months before they take effect. Now, in general, in private industry, your company's open enrollment, if they go by the January through December year, the open enrollment period begins October 1, effective date January 1. So those employees have 3 months notice of any changes that the company is making in their benefits. Also in private industry and also state employees pay an average of 20% for their individual health insurance coverage. So there's never a good time to make these kind of changes, but I've been coming to these meetings since I moved here, and it's like every single year, it's the same conversation. It's like people forget about this until budget time, and it's like, well, it's too late to look into it now. It's not too late. So I think it's really time to start
Annual.
at least charging employees something for their health insurance, but also to retain employees, you have to let your employees know that they have good benefits. They get paid pension, which is totally unheard of now in private industry. You do not, anybody who starts at GE, any of these big companies, you have to go into a 401k that you pay into. There is no defined pension plans anymore. So that is a real big benefit for municipal employees. It's fantastic. So it's.
What do you think, Alan? Like, sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty much set.
Like you think, because you guys are in, like, again, I'm screwed if I have to get a surgery, I'm screwed. We're selling the farm. Oh yeah, it's like anyway, it's not great, but anyway, it's not my point. My point is you guys are like in the weeds more than I am. Like I'm not saying like plead your case, but I'm just saying like if you think we're going to lose all of our good guys if we did some sort of copay cap, like I trust you guys enough to take that information in is what I'm saying. Like it's because I don't even know the names of the dudes that work for you. You know what I mean? So, but if you're like, and I probably should, but like if you're like, no, we've had this conversation and like some of my best guys would be at Fairhaven if it wasn't full unrestricted. Like that's data that we need to consider because it's like it's easy from the outside looking in to be like, wow, we've unrestricted health insurance. Like, wow. But it's like, if that is the only reason we're like attracting people at all. And I guess I'll say the counterpoint to my own point is it has been, at least as far back as I can see, it has been manageable. Like nobody has abused the unlimited copay.
And here's where you don't have those numbers in front of you.
I know.
You have.
I looked it up.
You have 2 years
I'm not
worth of
just
numbers.
pulling it out of the butt. I looked it up. The best I could. I looked it up. You know, I Google and Chat GPT and all this stuff, and like it goes through all the town hall documents and. It seems like it's not been an abused system, and I guess I was just presenting like it's if we were to cut back or even I like it's more of an ideal of a cutback rather than functionally like anybody losing.
Or it's the first nail in the coffin, something that's never been touched.
Yeah, like this is how.
Well, we even talked about in years to do grandfathered in, like they stay, and then as new people come, then we decide that new insurance policy, they don't have that. So that's been a thought too, which we just haven't.
We just don't.
We just haven't got through it. I get it. We've talked about it. We have talked about it, but we've struggled with getting people to work here.
That's the part of
hard.
the picture where it's like the paper.
Some people don't know that, but
doesn't tell you that story.
Yeah, right.
I guess like for me, I am kind of an outsider looking in, and I just joined the board in August or whatever. So it's like just looking through stuff. And again, I Googled it. I'm not just going off like these two numbers. Like it's, not a lot of towns do that, but also if that's what's keeping our best people here, like that obviously would be stupid to
1,000%
kill it. And I know it's like
one of our CDL drivers could leave and make triple what they're making hourly, but that peace of mind
especially with the family.
that's there is what's keeping the guys there.
Yeah,
And we're lucky to have younger people working for us because you
Yeah.
need the institutional knowledge. It takes years to become proficient in these jobs.
Yeah.
Even that goes for the office as well as highway department. If someone had to walk into Nisha's shoes, that learning curve.
Yeah.
Insane. Or Paul's.
Yeah.
I'm sure Paul's learning every day. He's been here for 8 years.
oh, yeah. No, I guess my point is, I value your guys' perspective on it, obviously, because I'm just reading numbers, on a spreadsheet. Like if you're like, hey, my guys, Bob, Dan, and Jim could make triple in Rutland or whatever for a different company, but they're here for the copay. That's a huge data point.
Yeah, and there's been some extremely conservative people on this board in the past. Like, we're just a blip in time here, and they haven't touched it. I'd be ashamed to be part of the board that touches it. That would suck.
Yeah.
I mean, Jonas was tight on money.
Yeah.
How long was he town manager?
35.
And they didn't touch it. And I know there's people.
That was his institution.
I'm thinking that you have.
Yeah.
On this board passed, and they didn't touch it.
It was more, to be honest, I looked through everything and was like, where could we possibly save $1? You know what I mean? But I'm coming into it without all the niche, decades old Poultney knowledge that you guys have. So it's like, that's why, luckily.
You're not alone. It's been brought up before. I mean, I questioned it too, and I came from a school institution, so it has been brought up, and it's worthy of some discussion. And we say that we haven't, but there are different platforms, whether it could be grandfather or not, or however we want to do it. But
Well, it seems like because the board changes and whatever, like when summer comes around, it's not discussed. But
I think it's just we just spend so many hours here. Sometimes summer comes, it's
Oh,
like
for
we want to
sure.
meet again and do it.
yeah,
Yes, Patty.
Just play devil's advocate. If I were a town employee and I chose to go somewhere else because I had a copay, chances are pretty good that if I go somewhere else, my copay is going to be worse or higher. And I'm now traveling back and forth.
but the pays that.
So it's,
For the money though, they obviously would, stupid, and they would go somewhere where it made financial sense to do so. I mean, why would you go somewhere?
one to vote, but
We've had a couple people that wish to come back because of that. And unfortunately, it wasn't in the cards to have them come back, but, so I don't hear a motion on the floor?
No, I think I trust these guys enough. I know it affects their bottom line, but I think, yeah,
It's worth,
it's something that anybody reviewing our budget would probably flag and go, whoa, unrestricted copays. That's weird. But we are a unique, niche, small town. And if that is the driving factor to keep our best town employees, it's not an easy, like, trim the fat thing, I guess. So I will table that, I guess.
Can you please promise to look at it earlier in the year, next year, please, before the budget?
yes. Thank you. If I'm still here, I'll put that down.
Whoever's here.
Put a note in my files.
If I'm not, you'll let me know, I'm sure. Don't forget. Yes.
Some new guy will come in and say, I looked at
Someone
the
new.
paperwork and we do unlimited copay.
I do have to say, there's a lot of times I look into it,
Alan,
it's not abused in so many ways, so I
If it was abused, I would feel strongly,
Yeah.
but it's not.
have checked on that piece of it, so, yeah. Okay, hard part. July 4th.
What's so hard about it?
I say the third.
Okay, so, and Paul, you can speak after I do. This is my problem with the 3rd is we have, the 4th is a parade. How many of you on this board or people that are out there are going to be supportive? Because you're talking Paul, and I'm not sure how many other people want to be down there for fireworks on the 3rd. And then we have to plan on being up for the parade on the 4th. That's a lot you're asking of a couple people. So I'm not sure and with Sarah not being here, it falls upon a few people, and we're going to need support. So if we're going to decide this right now, we need to really get support to have this. And I love July 4th, and I'm a big part of helping out with the parade, but you're asking if we're gonna do it on the 3rd and be down there and have fireworks on the 3rd and take care of all that, and the garbage. Paul and I spent easily 3 hours last year cleaning up after the fireworks, or when we can't clean up Main Street July 4th when the parade's there. And we spend a lot of time emptying the garbages down to the elemental and on Main Street. That's a lot on the 3rd after the fireworks at 10:30, 11. I mean, you were bringing people home at 11:30 at night. It's gonna take a village in town
Right.
to pull it off if that's what you decide. I'm just throwing that out there.
My problem with doing it on the 5th is rec starts on the 6th.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So you've got to have someone down there on July 5th at 4 o'clock in the morning to clean up all the stuff that needs to be cleaned up. And you know what that entails.
It does. I've had my kids with gloves on. We've had to do it on the, so it's a matter of that's a choice. Then maybe that day I don't do soccer camp on that day and say we're going to start on Tuesday, not on Monday. But I can't say enough to the people that really want us to have it, and I do too. We need more support
Right.
as far as not complaining that we don't have, but more support helping out with putting this thing, cleaning up and putting it together and helping with the cleanup after it. And I know people that have families, because I've been there too. We just need, last year there was nobody that helped clean up except for Paula and his daughters. Bob Williams was there first. But it's a lot.
Yeah.
And and it's not something you can do in a half hour.
But it's stuff you could get teenage kids, like it's easy stuff. Like if
It's gross.
if-
It's not always easy.
like if we,
Disgusting.
I mean, I don't mean easy, I just mean like like if we were like the football team, community service, you're helping clean up for the July, if we have a football team. They're
Yeah.
they're
I
working
mean,
on it. But
it,
like that would help if you got like 10 teenage boys showing up on the morning to,
we used to have the church group that came down after July 4th, and we would help them, but they would come in and they would pick up all the garbage. We'd get the truck to come in and pick it up, but there was, it's hard to even explain the garbage that people leave.
Oh, yeah.
It's not simple.
Very.
It's overflow.
it's like chewing tobacco and cheeseburgers.
It's,
and-
I mean, it's
Gross.
I think I go through 6 pair of gloves. It's just gross.
Yeah.
And Paul has to and then we can't carry it, so we have to dump it in his truck, and then we have to bring it to the dumpster.
Okay.
And then last year we were going down Main Street. I can't imagine doing that when there's a parade coming down through that we're emptying the garbage by the library or doing like what we did last year.
Yeah, you have to start at 6 in to have it clean by 10.
And then
Yeah.
go to your
I can
family.
put
and
it
go
out to
back.
the Rotary, because we do this for chili cook-off. We do the same thing for chili cook-off.
Mhm.
You don't have the help.
That's-
And there's
Yeah.
10 of us.
Full of Rotary.
Yeah, I'll try to get like,
You can get all the seniors down
I
there.
mean, I'm sure, we're looking. to
Ralph
do
Stover.
more.
I'll tell Mark or whoever, like, again, they're figuring out what even is Poultney football, but like whatever they have, I'll say, hey,
Yeah.
as a team
Right.
bonding
Uh-huh.
thing, we are going to, yeah.
I mean, Paul, are you thinking the best day is the 3rd?
Oh, I was gonna ask surrounding towns, does Castleton do it on the 3rd or 5th or 4th?
I think the lake is the 5th. I'm not really sure because when we originally said we were the 4th, I put it into the paper that everything was on the 4th for us before
Yeah.
it had to get changed.
Yeah,
And so I think some of them are the 5th. Not sure if the lake is on the 5th. The lake sometimes did I think the lake sometimes did the 3rd. Williams, if they did the night of the event. They have a GoFundMe up, which is like,
for Bombazine.
Yeah.
So does Rutland.
not Bombazine for Lake St. Catherine. So
Oh, okay, yeah, oh, yeah,
for
wait,
Jack Williams, yeah, I think they're up to like over $60,000 for them.
we need to hop on that.
So, I mean, but we have to make a decision because if not, we won't even get those dates.
I'd say we need, because their language that they sent us said, towns find that the adjacent days are more budget friendly. We need to figure out what that means. Because if it's $25,000 for 4th of July, what do they mean by budget friendly to pick an adjacent day?
Well, we had the rain date would have been, and they
They
don't
said the
give us
rain
a
date was the same price, right?
We don't even have a rain date on the new one. So the problem is the July 4th falls on the Saturday, so the 3rd is Friday night or the 2nd, which would be Thursday night. Those are our two choices.
I
Thursday
think
night
no
or
to
Friday night?
Thursday.
Huh?
No to Thursday, I'd say.
But most people have Friday
Yeah.
off. That's what they were saying.
Oh,
It's a holiday weekend. Well, it's Rutland City's 250th this year, and they're gonna have, they are 250th too. Yeah, they're gonna have theirs on the fourth.
On the fourth.
Yeah.
That's who outbid us.
I think most people don't always care, like when you have them, I just like to, because between Bommel, Lake St. Catherine and Granville, I'd like to at least,
I think the third is, would like, where I'm from, like the Burlington would do theirs on the third and like, but it's the logistics of cleaning it up before the parade starts is where it's easy for me to say, like,
It's easy for you to
I don't think you're gonna have as much garbage on Main Street. I think the garbage from Main Street comes from the people attending the parade.
Right.
there are a lot of people walking, I just know there was a lot of garbage.
So I don't think you're gonna have on July 4th in the morning, all the garbage cans overflowing because they haven't even been on Main Street for the parade yet.
Correct.
I say the third. And I'll talk
Sure.
to Mark and
Yeah.
Drew and see if we can get committed, like sports team, some teenage boys to be trash picker uppers. Saturday morning, just like get up Saturday morning, boys, and pick some trash. We can pull that off, hopefully.
After the fireworks the night before.
Yeah.
And they get to keep whatever they find.
Yes, yeah.
It's not true. Although I did find $20 last year on the bench.
Yeah.
This is my tip for the day.
July 4th.
We found a lot of things last year, but
Community service.
$20 was a keeper. So then I want to make a motion. Do we want to go with the third, the second, or the third?
I would make a motion to ask for the
I would second that, but I would ask what they meant by the prices more agreeable.
It just
We
says,
still have to pick a day though. So
Yeah, the
rather, so you're saying
it just says accommodating their budget, ideal for accommodating their budget.
that was their way of telling us they're sorry, but we'll try to. So who knows what they're gonna
Yeah,
do.
give us a deal. Yes, I second the third.
Okay, all in favor of the third?
All right.
Any opposed? Yikes, motion carried. And I don't know if, since there is no rain date, are we going to have a rain date or we'll see what they give us?
I
once you
say
the-
July 12th is what you want.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, okay, but it wasn't on here. The last one I saw, there was something that said the 11th and that wasn't what we picked. So is that what we decided was for the 12th?
What day of the week?
The 12th is Sunday.
Saturday would probably be better.
The 11th. Yeah. Rain day.
I swear I saw something that had the 11th on it because you originally said the 12th, but I don't know.
That's not big anything.
Does anyone have a preference? I guess we have to be on there, whatever they say, we'll look for a rain date, the 11th or 12th. Because whatever we do have to have a rain date on there.
Yeah, hopefully the 11th. Saturdays usually.
Yeah, be there. Put that.
So this is our last budget meeting, correct?
That's the one to meet on Friday.
Yeah, it did. Library.
You need any more from us than that, Paul?
No.
So
Are you still thinking about sponsors for July 4th?
yeah, do we want to aim for next year and just begin a tradition of like donations and sponsors, or do you want to try to sneak it in for this year? That's I guess where we left it.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe I should have you come to one of our July 4th committee meetings, just to see if it's,
I just think like all the banners that the guys that did the Poultney sports stuff, they'd all throw $200 in for 4th of July, you know. And there's like 20 banners in the Poultney gym, you know, that's $4,000 right there.
it's
And
one on the budget for 25,000 that it cost us, so it's anything that we've done.
yeah, I think we have enough businesses in town that for sure would do a couple $100 and like it's worth.
All right, I'll just put you on the. Talk about it.
Okay.
I know we're gonna need to do that.
And I think probably it's cleaner if we just start it and it's for next year's budget, right? Rather than like try to figure out like the surplus or whatever if we. I think that's where we left it.
And I have, make one suggestion. If you can't find football team or whatever, can you publicize you need volunteers like at least a month ahead of time? Because I don't recall you really asking for volunteers last year.
We've always had a couple volunteers that come and show up. And we have said you or, yeah, Margaret, we always had a couple, and Bob. I know it was out there, but I don't know where, but we've always asked for anybody that wants to come. I mean, I complain about cleaning up every year.
Oh, I know, it's gross.
Yeah.
It's totally gross.
I always say, can anyone come down and help out?
But I'm just thinking, you know, the Poultney Journal, I mean, you have all these free sources,
Yeah.
front porch forum. They're, I know a lot of people look at front porch forum. So, that's a really good one to get people to respond, but people need a cushion of time because again, it's vacation time.
We can put it out next week as soon as we know the date so that we know and then review it again. The only question we had last year is Bob put it out and wanted families, but I said, little kids, it's really too gross for little kids. Cause it's some things I don't like my rec kids touching. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's hard to have two little kids. to
Clean
do
up
it.
after a party.
It's some of the stuff is not,
Keep a box of gloves.
we do, but still, little
You
kids.
need thick gloves.
Yeah.
You don't need the nitrile gloves. You need
Yeah,
something.
Yeah, and Paul does give us like gloves and garbage bags, so we do have that.
Yeah.
I'll be there in the morning. Drag somebody with me. What time do you go? 7, 8?
Oh,
Remind
it'll
me.
I will remind you, because you'll have to be early this year because I have to be up for the parade.
One of those when it's raining.
Wet garbage. Alright,
This girl's
I'll
on.
figure it out. I'll force some football kids to go with me.
All right,
Have
do
it
we have
together.
anything else, Paul, that you have?
No,
Uh,
yeah, the
we got
board,
another executive session tonight?
Ask for it. This is something that,
Up to you guys. It's just quick, like, if you want, we can table it.
No,
It's not urgent. There's no time.
let's table it. I didn't have it on the
yeah,
agenda.
so let's table it and we'll make sure it's on for next time, because there's another, personnel issue we have to have for next time too, so we'll table it for the fourth, right?
Yep. That's my daughter's birthday.
Oh.
I'll have to lie to her and say her birthday's
If
there.
there's any more budget discussion, or can I go change the budgets and change the warning?
Everyone, good?
Wait a second.
Mark, are you good?
What's the 4th?
Are you good? Monday?
It says it's
Are you?
Wednesday. On Earth.
what month?
Oh,
Yeah,
no, it's
we're
not the
talking
fourth, it's
the
the
ninth.
ninth, sorry, the
Okay.
ninth, yeah, the fourth is, I'm sorry, the BCA meeting, I'm
Okay,
like, what was?
9th is not my daughter's birthday, so I will be
Okay,
here.
perfect, the ninth, yeah, fourth was a BCA meeting. Alan, are you good with everything?
Great.
You're great? Great. Thank the village for all they did on the roads. And Jay, good with the budget and everything?
Yes.
Yes. And Val,
Yes.
you are.
Yes.
Someone want to make adjournment?
I would make a.
Well, something gotta sign this warning first.
Oh, sir, guess I'm one. And, did someone make a motion about the board orders? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I signed them.
Could you make a motion that we sign the board orders?
You pass it forward.
Yeah, hold on, there we go.
I make a motion that we sign the board orders.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Alan, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Board orders gone, perfect. Now we need a motion to sign the copy of it.
But a motion to Badger J into.
Late.
No,
It's too late.
no,
Abby's gonna do a good job, Mark. I'll join her someday.
we can appoint you.
Would that have to wait till after the,
Right.
or,
Does anyone else files?
So,
I'll do it if nobody's
I
here.
didn't.
Huh?
I will.
we.
Yeah, no, I don't. It's more like,
It's family, we get it.
Yeah.
Want to hound you, we get it.
no, it's, you know,
We'll give you 2 passes a year.
no, I do like it and I'll definitely do it if like, no, like,
Everybody else?
Jay? All right, do we have a motion to sign?
Sign what? Be the board order.
what was his,
Yeah, we have to sign a,
he's copying something, I think.
He's copying the budget.
to post, yeah, we have to sign it.
Yeah.
Never. Got a defective pen. Very nice view.
Betsy sent around the thing about voting. If you want to help out, make sure you check your email. And town meeting is Monday, the 2nd. Okay,
I won't do
you won't be here.
it. So,
I think I'll be here. Going to Florida in March,
There
March 5th, going to Disney World.
you go.
I told my daughter, I told Allie, I said, I'm not taking the kids to Disney World until they're 5.
Right.
Cause you can't remember anything before you're 5.
I think it's at 6.
Here we are.
Just questioning that, 6 or 6:30. Just call that.
Yeah. We're gonna go with just my family and brother. First. Yeah,
Nice. And where?
Palm Beach Gardens.
Okay. That's East Coast, right?
Mhm.
Allie's parents are in, Largo, like Tampa Bay.
Oh, good, because I haven't seen Paul. Okay.
Largo, it's super pretty, like Clearwater and Indian Rock. I love it. And right about this time every year, Allie's like, maybe we should move there. And I'm like, calm down. Calm down.
Spring is coming, really is.
Calm down. You do not want to raise the kids in Clearwater Beach.
No, no.
As much as you love it.
30 years ago. Make a motion to sign the warning in the budget vote.
Second that.
Seconded by Mark, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Paul's getting that so we can sign the warning in the budget vote.
Somebody want to make a motion to approve the general fund budget at $1,995,858.
Someone second it? I'll second. Seconded by Val, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
And the highway fund of $1,294,642.
Like that one. I second that.
Seconded by Jay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, I'll have you guys sign the warning.
The warning was to be signed. Thank you, Paul.
Oh, you're going to write up the line item, the rest of it?
Already in there.
Yes.
Fire department's on there. Boys and Girls Club is on there.
Town report coming.
Decent back.
Roger better.
Give me what you need. Yeah, okay.
What'd you get, bellyache?
Oh, yeah.
Going around? Yeah?
Yeah.
Norovirus or something?
Hold off on that.
Okay.
Yeah,
We don't want to.
we're still recording.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Make a motion, to, anybody make a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Anyone second it?
Second.
Seconded by Ellen, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?